Ruby! Ha ha ha. Good. This little turd, of course, had to come. Oh, is that going to be sideways? I think it's going to be sideways. This guy, the beggar had to come. Alright, so Ruby goes to her original foster today. She goes to get cleaned up tomorrow. The desire to be a douchebag to Waylon was more than his not wanting to go through the swamp. So then she goes home Friday. So last night I got quite a few questions of what to tell the new home, which is a problem because with how many dogs are in rescue, and so we have so many little rescues that run mostly off of fosters, right? And a lot of these fosters, they just don't know. They're trying to do something good, but they don't know what to do in adoptions and meet and greets. So, and look, honestly, 70-80% of dogs are going to get adopted, and it's going to be fine. Or I should say 70-80% of the dogs that get adopted, they're fine, right? Most dogs are fine. They're going to adjust as long as you don't act like I don't know, more people treat them like little babies than treat them like dogs nowadays. So that's why there's so many problems. Is treating them like babies when they're dogs. So anyways, what was I going to say? So the problem is we have all these little rescues and people are just busy, dude. Most of these little rescues are mostly volunteer based and foster, right? So, and some fosters, hey, they've been around a while, they know what to say, they know what to do. And some fosters have been around a while and they don't know what to say or what to do. So anyways, but we need all of them, right? So the problem is we start having fosters do more and more and more. So fosters are doing meet and greets, fosters are doing adoption drop-offs. And some of the experience, what I'm getting at is some of the experienced ones, they don't do a very good job either, right? So, the one they asked me last night was the dude that adopted her. They were already asking about having her off leash. It's a 10-year-old beagle, which is a hunting dog, right? It's a prey drive dog. And the first thing they're asking is, well, maybe not the first thing, but one of the first things they're asking is being off leash. Why aren't you asking about, you should be asking more about her personality, how much work has she had done, right? How is her recall? There's all kinds of questions you should be asking as a person before asking about off-leash. And this is, I think it's a problem when people see, they think that this just comes about, right? It doesn't come about. It comes through a lot of this, Ruby, come! And a lot of that, right? So, look, she likes to kind of go for the cats in the apartments. She didn't at first. At first she didn't care, she walked by. But even just this morning, she's like, oh, there's a cat over there? Let me go after it. Why is that? Because she's a beagle. Beagles have prey drive. You have to do a lot of work to have them choose to come back to you. This guy right here, he was maybe 6 months. Crew was maybe 3 months. This guy I had for 8 years before I started letting him do this. Mainly because he's a dog, right? Dogs are going to do what dogs do. And I knew we didn't do a whole lot of work. So what's the point? The point is there's a lot of questions that people have, right? And then the foster people doing the meet and greets or doing the adoption handoffs, they might not have the answers, right? Right, so all these questions are coming back. So what if that's a deal breaker? Oh, this dog will never be able to be off leash. Oh my God, I can't never have the dog off. First off, everybody needs to quit trying to have their dogs off leash without working. This guy, I could let him off leash real quick because he was a scaredy cat. He wasn't going nowhere. This guy, he's an independent guy. I had to do a lot of reinforcement, positive and negative, and corrections with him in order to get him to not walk up to other people. Which lately, you... Come here. Because lack of consequences for not listening, huh? Ain't that's right? Watch Willie. Boo, he ain't going nowhere. Oh, and look, one of the things the lady said was, well, she's not going to go anywhere fast. Shit, dude, that girl's got some juice in her. That girl right there's got some juice in her. And then look, here's the other one. So she starts to run off. What are you going to do? Oh my God, come back. Oh, look, she stopped. Usually they're going to run off. We'll take that. You need to quit begging. There it is right there, Ritter. Ah, Waylon got it. We need a bath. Oh, Waylon got that one too? Fell off of my fingers. Hey girl, what's up? But yeah, look. So, the solution is you have to build your relationship. Look, the world-renowned Susan Garrett. World-renowned Susan Garrett. Took over 5 years to get her dog to be able to be off leash. Now, in fairness, the dog had issues, right? But when she was talking to Ivan Balabinov, she said, here's your solution. Your solution is e-collar training, right? E-collar training, you can have your dog off leash in 6 weeks. All right? But all these people that are so against tools are going to tell you all this hyperbolic and propagandist crap about them. So anyways, Ivan Balabinov uses prong collars and e-collars. He's a world champion, multi-world champion sporting guy. So his dogs are amazing, right? But when she was talking to him, she said, you know, I could have had, I can't remember the dog's name. I could have had him off leash a lot faster, but, so if you could have had him off leash faster, if that's what you want, and you could have had him off leash faster, why wouldn't you do it? She made up some stupid excuse about she wouldn't have figured out these games or whatever. It's like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you get to where you want to be faster and then still try to figure out something better? That just shows that these people are so stuck in their head and their ideology, and they don't really care. They don't really care about what the people want. They just want to push ideas. Go ahead, go be free. Good turd face. You're a little turd face. So what was the point? The point was we're asking fosters to do too much because there's so many dogs, right? That's hard to do everything. But the problem is, just like in the real world, in the real workplace, right? We're not training people how to be successful. We're not allowing people to be successful in the world because of the bullshit they're teaching in schools nowadays. And always. Come on, get away. Let's go.
What is that?
Come on. Go ahead. Come on. Let's go, boys. I think I was supposed to say something else. It's not to say that these people aren't trying. I mean, anybody that opens their home up for a dog to be in for a while until they find another one is doing good, right? We're just putting a little too much on people, trying to do too much. But, oh, that's what I was going to say. That was another thing. When I started talking about how we have all these little small rescues, and these people that are running them, and it's mostly volunteer based, right? So most dogs are in fosters. These people are opening up their homes, but the people that are running them, they also have to have jobs. So there's so much to do to try to get a dog like that. I mean, any dog, to try to get a dog into a home that when you're also working a full-time job, it's hard to do all that, right? So that then creates where the fosters have to do more, and stuff always gets falls down the cracks. That's the word. Stuff always falls down the cracks. I mean, that happens for people like us who have worked in shelters and have been doing this for years. Still forget things, dude. Everybody forgets things. It's just harder on a novice person to make sure and let the dog adjust. Don't expect too much. What are you talking about? You want her to be off leash? Spend your 3 months getting to know her, then start looking at it. You're gonna look into training, right? And then we have so many people again that'll be like, "Oh no, never use this tool. Oh my God, that's so terrible." If the person wants it, there's nothing wrong with it. The person wants it. The dogs are fine with it. People try to act like dogs are so abused on e-collars and prong collars, and it's because they refuse to learn about them. Because the school system is teaching people that it's a bad thing. Raider, over here. Hey, this way. Good job. Hey, girl. Right? And this one, she's got being in a home for 10 years, and then going to a foster 5 weeks, and then being here for 2 weeks. It's going to be another big change, right? Sometimes the big changes are good for dogs, and dogs can adjust to it. Sometimes they have a harder time. She'll actually be one that I told them, I was like, she'd probably do better out of the crate. And normally I tell everybody the first 3 days they need to go out with you, go in the crate. Go out with you, go in the crate. Go out with you, go in the crate. That's what I do. Dogs for the first 3 days in general here are tons of crate time. They need their brain needs to come down. They need to settle down. And you typically, the crate, well, you're gonna get caught up. Typically, the crate is where they can relax, right? Their brain can settle down. They can relax and get some rest. This one, shoot. Da-da-da-da-da. What you doing, fool? He said, I gotta pee on this dog's yard. Dun. No, I gotta go in here. Anyways, I think that's the point. A lot of good people. A lot of people trying and just don't know. A lot of people know or trying, but it's just too much. It's the way of the world, guys. It's the way of the world. Ain't that right, Willie Will? Where's the little white dog? Where's your little white boyfriend? He's down around the corner. Good. Right, so then you got long line time. You got long line time, so they can only get a certain distance. All right. Let's see. Watch this. Ruby! Ruby, come on! All right. He's a good boy. He came for the clap. Takes his heart. Come, get her all the way. You gotta back up to get her all the way. All right, let's go. Where does that guy think he's going? What does that guy think he's doing? Look, she's out of there. You let her hit the end of the leash a few times. You see that? She hit the end of the leash, she started coming back. I think I'm out of, because I talked about it earlier. I can't practice talking. If I practice talking, I don't say what I gotta say. Watch your head, girl. He's gonna pee on you. Don't pee on her head. Moseying on down the road. I need music out of here.